Hello, everybody, and welcome aboard. Today, we're going to take a look at the all-new Lionel O-Scale battery-operated Polar Express. So let's begin. In the beginning of 2025, Lionel was in celebration of their 125th anniversary, and to celebrate their 125th anniversary, they released their Lionel catalogs of Volume 1 and 2 of their anniversary theme. Now, when they released these new catalogs, one of the many things they obviously released was a bunch of their anniversary themed engines. Mostly was the Commodore Vanderbilt Hudsons that everyone was eyeing all over the place. Unfortunately for me, I don't have the room, and also don't feel comfortable purchasing those O-scale locomotives because I don't really have that kind of money for that, and also the space for it that I don't feel comfortable buying with. But the one thing that I felt comfortable buying was their battery-operated O-gauge locomotives, which they were released earlier that year, along with that catalog as well, which included the Polar Express, the Hogwarts, the Santa Fe Flyer, and the Pennsylvania train sets. Now those sets were much more affordable at $150 and $120, I believe. I'll have to recheck and look at the prices and pricing again. But those all new locomotives are a great way for people to get started into O-gauge without breaking the bank. Now all these locomotives come with each unique gauge of those unique sounding, but the one common thing all these engines, two things I mean, that have in common with all these sets was you can easily swap them from the plastic track that came in the set to the O-gauge track that you already have, whether it's your fast track, Atlas, MTH, you name it, of any O-scale track, your train set will handle it just fine. And since with these affordability prices, these are perfect for trains for people who don't want to break the bank, and also these are perfect for people who don't feel comfortable letting someone operating your more higher end expensive trains, which I myself, I'm also one of those people who don't really feel comfortable as long as there's a train that has this Lion Chief remote, which makes it more simpler for the regular person to operate. Also, not too confusing for them as well, especially when there's gonna be other railroading remote controls that will have more buttons and more functionalities that to some may be confusing. But anyways, during that year, those were released sets. Lionel went around for train shows, as I went to one in Costa Mesa, but I'll explain and show the prototype photos later on. This all new sets came out 9 months later, towards late November. So if you were to get these sets, these were perfect for your Christmas presents. But if you missed out on these days, and by the time of this recording, Christmas is already over. So by the time you see this video, it's already been already past Christmas, and now almost going into middle January, which by the time you're seeing this, the tree should already been out the door. But now, since I got this filmed, I want to have this thing running around the tree and run around the tree and then set it up. So anyway, sorry for the little interruption before we begin. So let's go and take it back over to the video, shall we? So Christmas came and gone, and also my birthday as well, since my Christmas and my birthday are 2 days apart, which I'm 2 days after Christmas. But otherwise, I got money from people from the family, and I decided, I'm going to use it to buy this set. Mostly because two reasons. One, mostly for myself, and also two, when my niece came over, who is now 1 year old, she was playing along with the other Polar Express around the track where we have around the Christmas tree, which obviously she had fun doing it. But the one thing I got concerned was when she was messing around with the TV remote. Now there was nothing dangerous. She didn't try to bite it or anything, or try to put it in her mouth and eat it. I got really concerned was when she was nearly close to ordering a rental movie that was rated R. But got me a little concerned about it. So I say, I think it's best. This set's perfect because it comes with the remote, as you can see right here. That's the only reason why I got it, so that she can at least play with this one when she comes over, instead of playing with the TV remote. But otherwise, it was a nice little party we had for my birthday. But either ways, the reason why I got this, well, mostly because it's the Polar Express. I'm already automatically assuming that the electronics of the engine are going to be exactly like the G scale one. But I'm gonna be from here I can see the switch. It's the exact same thing as the G scale Polar Express, but instead of having to rely on the Bluetooth on the Lion Chief app, you can use both the Lion Chief app, which they'll show you right here, and you can also use the remote. But also upon holding this set, you don't get the bell, unfortunately. This entire set is all battery operated. You have to put 4 AA batteries on the engine, and also requires 9 AAA batteries, which is kind of excessive, which you're going to need 2 for each passenger car, making it a total of 6 batteries for this 3, and you're going to need 3 AAAs for the remote, so that makes it 9. The only thing I'm worried about is the tender, because I know the batteries are going to add weight for the locomotive and the passenger cars. I'm not sure. From right now, what I'm assuming, this thing might have to be modified to have weights added. One way to find out is once I open this box. And also comes with what we're gonna call a figure 8 oval track, which is kind of perfect. So you have multiple opportunities to run this engine around the track multiple ways, going crisscross, circle, and also it's also big. You can also the opportunity for the, well, not really the opportunity, I'm trying to find a better way to word this, but you have a much more options to run this track instead of a basic oval. And also, if you're wondering, this engine will handle O-scale track, which it will handle. Can be converted to, no, not converted. It can handle. It's perfect for. It'll fit an O-scale track, your fast track, tubular track, any other O-scale track you have. And also, this engine's also perfect to let someone handle on your O-scale layout. So that way you don't be worried about having someone run your legacy engines or any of your more valuable, more expensive high-end locomotives. So you won't have to be stressing about them breaking it. So you can also just have this on here on the track without having a stress-free. If it breaks, if they do drop it or something happens, you won't get you won't overreact from the what happened. But this is a nice. One thing I like about this so far right now is the design for the box. It's not like your not the typical design box you have for your G scale Polar Express, your regular O scale Polar Express, and your HO Polar Express. I actually love the fact now they added the scene for the North Pole and transitioning to the Polar Express climbing up that mountain from the scene. Also with a lot coming along with this set, you also get some. It also comes with the smoke fluid machine thingy. Smoke machine, but instead of the old smoke fluid, you have to use water as well. So it's going to be just like the G scale Polar Express, which is kind of perfect, especially if you have someone in the house who has asthma problems or some kind of health issue, so that you don't have to worry about the smoke piling up all around your living room, your basement, or anywhere else without having someone to start having an asthma attack. So that's the best part about this set. And that's the front side. Let's go take a look underneath here. Let me move this out of the way. And what you'll see is all the demonstrations of what it is. You get the description, like I said earlier, how many batteries you need for AA and how many AAAs you need, and the illustration of how to put the batteries for the locomotive. And I can see they use. Oh, never mind. I thought they used the G scale version, but no, that's the O scale version. It shows you where to put the batteries for this engine, and the description on how to switch the settings for automatic or for Bluetooth, and also gives you a demonstration that it does smoke. And on each side, I haven't checked on the other one. It's just going to show the Polar Express along with what it's going to be on the set. Same thing for the top as well, and same thing for the sides. That's pretty much what you're going to see on each side of the set. And then on the back, you get a bunch more detail description of what this set's going to come with, which you'll have, which I'm pretty sure you can see from here. This is what you're going to get, and more description of the batteries and what should be on this set. You should have one of the remote control, the little accessories such as the crossing stuff for the building, the structure stuff, some trees, one passenger car, one's a vent, another passenger, all that stuff, 10 track and everything. And also should come with the bottle for the smoke fluid. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this box. Taking a look what you're going to be getting on this set. So without further ado, let me go ahead and move this aside, open up the box, and then we're going to get a look at this. Another thing I forgot to mention shows you what kind of dimension you'll have for the track, which is 65 by 41 inch of track. And it'll show you what options you have to set up the track to have a little rectangle, a square, a circle, or of course the regular old figure 8 oval track. But yeah, that's what I forgot to mention about this set. So you should be getting 44 pieces in total for this entire set. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue back with opening this thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this thing, and there's going to be 2 tapes right here, which I can tell they probably didn't put them right where they should be, but since now I'm going to open, I don't think that really matters anymore. So I'm going to use my little obsidian blade that I got from my trip to Mexico recently. Well, not recently, in July of 2025. So yeah, just going to open this, and let me flip this box around, put the knife away. There we go. Did I miss enough? Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, no. Yeah, there's 2 more tapes on each side. I didn't notice until now. I'm gonna open these up. There we go. Alright, let's go and open this thing. So let's go and take out the train first. Which is, okay, it just got stuck. So let me go and move some stuff out of the way so I have better room. Alright, there we go. And move the box out of the way. Alright, so here we are. So this is a nice little protection. Nice little box. Storage is just clear plastic, just like the updated Polar Express 2.0 HO scale. I'm not sure how it is for the electrical scale of this one, but it does have a nice little, helps protect it from damage. No plastic, and yep, I was right. The tender, it's just your base. It's just all cheap plastic, nothing really. It's just all molded in detailing, nothing new for the tender. The front just plain, but you do have a nice riveting on the sides, front and sides of the tender. Plastic, gray. They look gray to me. Oh no, these are like charcoal gray. They're kind of like the color of my car. But anyways, yeah, back to the looking at it. There's really not much on this tender. It's just all molded and detailing. Mostly the shell's molded. All you gotta do is remove those 4 screws, and you can probably do some modification on this thing, which I might have to do. And these are the little plastic couplers, which I'll show how to connect them on there, which apparently I didn't do for my G-Scale one. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. These are the plastic. Everything's all plastic except for the bars for the connecting the wheels. That one's all metal, and some metal screws for the chassis and for the coupler. So if you ever need to have a replacement, hopefully Lionel has some replacement stuff for it. But yeah, this is the tender. Let me go and put this away so we can get a look at the other stuff. And let's take a look at the engine. Feels pretty well. Obviously it's light right now because it's plastic. No batteries in there. The only thing I have a problem is the valve gear. Is that they couldn't have made this metal along with this one. Is I noticed when I saw other videos, I saw them do the Hogwarts. That one they put the full metal for the valve gear. Same thing for the North Pole Central one, which was a 440 general, well, a post, well, I'm gonna call it a wild western steam locomotive. That one, they went into detail on this thing. I'm not sure if I can be able to remove the screw for this. Hopefully I can. It's because I'm already planning on spray painting this, and it's really not, I'm a bit disappointed about this valve gear. I mean, there has to be a reason why they made it like that, which something I don't know why. I think it's a lot better than the Pennsylvania Flyer, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, so anyways, so yeah, this is the switch. You flip it over here, and now activate it to the Bluetooth, and you have the opportunity to connect it to your phone and to your Lion Chief or the remote control that comes with this set. And this one was, and you put it to the little white horizontal rectangle. That one's just for the automatic play, so it'll just go circle around and try making noises, and that's pretty much it. And of course, everything here is all plastic. The lead truck, plastic. I'm not sure what that little bar, I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, that little bar, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be for. And you can see the air pumps where the builder's plate would be, and also this is where you put the water for this set. And was it supposed to come? I thought it was supposed to come with a little seal. But, oh wow. So upon looking at it, I can see pretty much how deep it's pretty big enough space to put a bunch of water in here. But also, that's where you have to put the water, not through the funnel. And this is the front, this is the bell. Obviously, it's not gonna move side to side. But yeah, and then not much on this side as well. I mean, looks pretty identical. It's all identical. This is where the tank is gonna be, where the switch is at. And on the top, the sand dome, the safety valves, and I'm not sure what this one is. But at least it's accurate, at least where this one's the steam dome. And then these things don't really open. So that's something you really don't expect. And this is just basically the O-scale Polar Express. Well, it is, because you still have the little studs to put those figurines, which I wish they did do for the this set as well, but unfortunately they didn't do it. I don't know why. It's probably just be cheap, probably. And also, this is the back. This is where you gotta put the batteries for the O scale. I mean, for the batteries. I mean, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At least it's detailed on the inside. Now, if you're wondering if I'm gonna do any modifications, it's a yes and no. I might, depends if I can be able to remove this screw for the valve gear. I might be able to spray paint this silver, and probably do some detail work on the cab along on the windows as well, if I could, because I don't think there's any room for the figurines. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then you also have the detail for the licensing, all the serial number when this engine was made. And we're gonna take this off camera. Oh, and you also got the little traction tire. But let me take a look at this in the underneath. Yeah, I'll just show you where it was made. Obviously in China. And you got some flywheels, especially so it can handle those tight curves. And then I'm not sure if you can see closely on here, but it says S25, meaning it was made in 2025. Because I'll show a photo of. Let me put it this side for a little better accuracy for right here. Let me keep it here for a couple of seconds and then show the prototype they had at the train show in Costa Mesa last year, which is obviously it's a lot different now. Well, obviously it was the prototype. That wasn't supposed to be the actual what you were going to be getting if you're going to have this running around your layout. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the first passenger car, which obviously I'm just going to skim through the other one. This is the regular coach car you have. Really not much, just your basic Madison car, and this is where you need to unscrew to put the two AA batteries, and this is the button to push to turn on or turn off the lights for the engine. I mean for the passenger cars. And of course the same thing as the usual, the metal trucks. And looks like these are I can easily, if I wanted to, I can put the coupler on here, which it looks like what they try to do, and I'm pretty sure if I try to unscrew it and then swap it around, it's probably gonna have some issues. And also want to see, nope. And also the doors do not open. Well, obviously this is just the old scale plastic version of the old scale Polar Express, so If you always for a lot of people who own the O scale electric one, it's not going to be nothing new. For me, this is my very first O scale Polar Express. I never had an O scale Polar Express. I always wanted the original one when it first came out, the one that had the air whistle on there. But I was there when I was little. I was given the other Polar Express. Thankfully, it's still there, but I do need to do some work, mostly with the valve gear. That one kind of bent over the heat, and might need to get some new traction tires as the other one got all crumbled up. Because we still have the battery for it, which we got modified for it, so it should work fine. But it's taking the time to do it. That's pretty much it. And then here is these are the figure. I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. There's really not much in the front, back, and sides. Really nothing usual. And the only thing that's different between the other two is that there's people in this one, and they kind of brought back technically this is technically an old school updated version of the Polar Express train set. And then here you have the abandoned toy car, which I'm surprised this wasn't put on like this kind of. But I'm pretty sure that when it was during the assembly line, they were in a hurry. Obviously, they would have to be in a hurry, so let me move this out of the way. And take a look. Oh, I got the wrong one. Let me pull this away. Grab the abandoned toy car, which is just the same as the regular coach car, except you have the toy figurines in the front. But yeah, it's pretty much not much new. So yeah, that's different. That's the only thing you'll get. And let's take a look at the observation car, which... Oh yeah, you even have the little spots so you can put a coupler in there. Yep. But yeah, this is what the coupler the observation car looks like, and I think I'm hoping I can be able to get that thing off. It's even crooked too. Look at it. No, I'm not sure. I don't think you're gonna have access to the I don't think the light for this one's gonna be working at all. But you do have the Billy on the side, and on this side there's really not much. And of course it's gonna be a flat version of it. I'm gonna see if I can get it off. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, so good news. I was able to get it off just fine without scratching it. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be. And I'm pretty sure there's not sure if you can see it, but there's a screw. Hopefully, yeah, you can see it. There's a screw underneath the roof of the end of it. So I'm pretty sure that's where you have to open it if you want to have access to the car. Basically for the entire thing. Because I'm not sure how to pry this thing open so I can get a better look. But yeah, not much as well. I mean, this is all. I'm pretty sure sooner or later in the future they're gonna remake this. I have a feeling they're gonna pat the snow on this, and also fix the valve gear on this, which I'm pretty sure. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of people are about to say, how come they didn't do like an exact copy of especially for the valve gear? Well, since this is gonna be a plastic toy, and if you're gonna let a young kid hold this, there's a good chance that they may or may not break off some parts from this, especially with the small metal parts like the valve gear that will connect over here, so that way to make sure it won't become a choking hazard. The only thing in choking hazard I see on here is this little cap and the one in the bell for it too. But anyways. So yeah, we took a look at everything, including the observation car. And it's kind of funny, it's kind of weird seeing the fact I didn't realize until now this is just basically the very old school version of the Polar Express when they first introduced these along when the movie came out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I might have some more ideas with it. So let me try to get the remote out. There we go. And not much for the remote. It's just your basic line chief remote, where you get the where instead of it showing where you have where it shows both the horn and the whistle, and then your announcements, and then your bell, and then your forward, and then your reverse. And obviously this is where you turn it on, you turn it off, and this is where you put the batteries. So since we got this out before I set up the track, I'm gonna go ahead and take apart put the batteries in so we can show how bright it is, I'm gonna put the batteries on the observation car first. But before we do that, let me go and take a look at the other stuff that comes with. So here's the little railroad crossing that you put that's supposed to go along with the same thing. At least it goes down. The one thing I'm glad is not like those old ones, not like those that when you try to put it up and automatically goes back down no matter what angle you have it at. And if I move it, try to shake it violently, yeah, well, that's the only reason it will go down. That's the only way I can see why. And then you got the little, I believe this is supposed, yeah, this is supposed to be for the pentagraph. No, I think that's a pentagraph, I believe. That's what it's called. The correct term for the electric trains. The ones that have the little thing going around the wire for a good connection. Which I'm pretty sure this is what it was meant to be for. I may not be wrong, but for anyone who does know what it is, feel free to comment it. And I do not know what this thing is for. You have the red and light. You have the red and green, and then road closed. I do not know what this is supposed to be for. I don't think this is a part of railroading stuff back in their heyday, or as of today. Does look pretty weird. And also you have another railroad crossing, which this one reminds me of my Lionel Lionel coin bank. And it's a bit wobbly, so I have a feeling one bend, or if it falls from a high place, it will fall off. And yep, oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is the Lionel coin bank. I can see the little oval thing. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I like this one. I like this one a lot more than the others. And then you have the little plastic trees, which obviously I don't really think. I mean, it does fitting for the Polar Express when it goes around the when we follow that ticket that goes around the entire the wood, mostly the woods, and then you got this giant. It's a very big bottle. This is the one you use for the water dome where you put the water in. And we got the one I have for the G-scale one, which you'll see a lot of big difference. So that means the smoke box for the old scale is a lot bigger than the G-scale one. So here's the difference between these two. That is a huge difference. Hopefully this will be the when this thing's full, it's enough to cover the entire smoke box for it, not overfill it like the other one. So yeah, so we already got this part out. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go put the batteries in the locomotive and the observation car first, and also on the remote, and then we'll go ahead and run it on this table right here. Mostly just to hear the sound, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be what you'll be hearing, which is probably gonna sound, I don't know, I haven't heard the sound, so I'm 100% certain. I guarantee it's just the exact copy of the G-scale Polar Express. That is the only thing I can assume. So let me go ahead and grab the batteries, hook it up, put everything together, then we'll run it around the track. Be right back. So one thing I forgot to mention is make sure you read the instructions where to put the batteries, because I was about to put the batteries in here without knowing which way is the correct way, and it looks like they don't really have any marking to show where it's going. Oh, never mind. Well, I see how it is. I can see where the springs are at, but I'm gonna read the instruction manual regardless, just to make sure, just to be on the safe side without accidentally breaking the engine. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, so we got the light turned off and everything. I'm gonna show you how bright the battery is how bright the light is going to be. There's really not much. This is on the front side, and also shines on the front. And bummer, the observation light don't work, which I'm guessing that's how it was for the very first one it came out. And then you can see the little silhouette of Billy in the front, on the side all the way towards the end of the car. And also that's the front of it, which you can see both windows on each side. Yeah, this is how it is, and I can see some light bleed from one of the paints. That's gonna be an issue. So that's something I may need to work on for certain things. So that might be some modifications that might need to be done. Saying that shows me what I need to do for this project, for this set, just to make it a little better for myself. But yeah, this is how it is, and then you press it again. turns it off. So let me go and turn the lights back on, and then we'll take a look at. Then I'll read the instruction manual for the locomotive. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, without further ado, let's go ahead and turn on the engine. So you switch it to Bluetooth, and you wait for the little chime. And if it does chime, means everything's working. So next thing you know, all you gotta do is switch this on. And also I put a little bit of water in there just to test out the smoking unit. You know, one thing I think I should probably do. So this cardboard box you see out in front of you is the one that comes for the track. That comes with the track. So let me go ahead and put this on this side. Let me close this thing back up so it won't fall out. So that way we can see the smoke. So here we are. And then let me go ahead and turn on the remote. There we go. You can see a little bit of that smoke coming out. It's probably a lot. So let's go and hear the whistle. Yeah, so that's the whistle. I was afraid it was gonna sound a little like lighter. I was afraid it was gonna sound like the updated HO scale Polar Express. So far it does have a little better sounding than the G scale one, which I'll probably play in a little bit. But well, we'll have this thing running side by side along with it, since it's almost the exact same thing. So, and then yeah, you can see the smoke. Yeah, you can see the smoke just fine. And then let's go ahead and hear the bell. That's the bell. And let's go and see what I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like the HO scale when I can play the both sounds simultaneously. But let's go ahead and begin. What we're going to do is the railroad crossing sequence. Now, for anybody who's in the European nation, anywhere without in our region where I'm at, which I'm in the American region, which is part of the U.S., not in the American continent, I mean. What this sequence is going to... Well, I'm not sure if they're going to... Well, I'm not sure how the railroad cross sequence in Canada, Mexico, or anywhere else around the world, but the way how it's done here in the U.S. is the bell sequence. The bell goes off while the whistle, which is two long blows, one short blow, and then one final blow as it crosses. So let's begin. So yeah, so it's not gonna go. It's not gonna overplay all of them. So I think that's kind of cool for people who don't want to hear the constant noise. And also, let me put this here. The light does work, does shine, which is just a blue. Looks bluish to me, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And let's go and hear the announcements for when it's an idle.
This is the Polar Express.
And then the second one.
All aboard.
And then is there a third one?
This is the Polar Express.
Nope. So it's just gonna be like my HO scale one. So let's go ahead and we can pick this up so that way this thing doesn't fly off the track. Oh, that's a slow speed. And let me go ahead and put on another sequence.
Well, you coming?
Another one.
Ticket, please.
Another one.
The first gift of Christmas.
Another one.
I am the king of the North Pole. Well, you coming?
And that's pretty much it. And let me go ahead and boost up the speed. Let me go and see if it's not going to be like my HO scale one, that one that I customized. So my HO scale one, it only plays the Kobo guy saying his announcement when it's in full speed. So let me go ahead as we put up the speed. Not bad for its speed, and it's puffing a lot of smoke, And let me go and play a sequence again. So yeah, that's the motion. I'm glad this thing's not doing like a singular only one sequence when it's in different speeds. And you know, I'm gonna probably move it up a bit. See how it goes. Let me go put it in reverse. Bring it back. So with this set, you can practically make the iceberg scene. Oh, let me put it back to frame. There we go. So that you can technically recreate the scene for this. You know what? Let me put it as far back towards the edge, and then let me gun it to full speed. See how it is. I'm gonna leave the lights on. So let's go and gun it. Not fast. I mean, it's pretty fast, but not like very fast. And let me go and bring it back without having this thing fall off. And let me put it back to frame. Center frame. There we go. Yep. Nope. There we go. And I don't think there's a reverse headlight. Nope. No headlight for the back. That's pretty much how it looks for the front. I like the fact that I kind of like it when the water vapor goes across the engine where the headlight's at. I think it's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, that's the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the track. Just get the little sound, and for the engine, that's pretty much it. I don't think there was a light. Yeah, no, there wasn't. I mean, I think I prefer it for the front since it's not gonna connect to the tender. So yeah, let me go ahead and set up the track, and then we'll get going, shall we? And before we set up the track, just to show you how to connect the couples together, all you gotta do is put one on top of the other, and then that's pretty much it. Just put it on top. And unfortunately, this one doesn't, just like the G scale one, it doesn't have those little adapters, so it'll handle the depending, it will have a better connection. But yeah, this is pretty much. And there's a little bit of spacing, which is a good thing. But yeah, this is how it looks. Not how it looks. This is how you put the couplers together. So yeah, let's go ahead and set up the track. And to set up the track, all you need to do, it's just a base. It's like fast. This is basically fast track, but plastic O gauge. Make sure you line them up and push them together. That's how they're supposed to be. And then they do have a little bit of flimsy for it, probably just for in case if it needs to handle higher grades. That's pretty much it. And also, I do notice one thing, that these are a little bit bowed. I'm not sure if it's because it was in a storage unit or whatever it was, but this is how it looks. This is just how you do it, and that's how they're gonna be. So I'm not sure how it's gonna be for the rest, and hopefully it doesn't be derailing because we don't have any carpet on here. It's all flat, everything either hardwood or floorboard. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this up around the tree first. Gonna do a little circle. Probably might do a small rectangle or square probably for this set, depending on how many straights I may need. But anyways, let me go ahead and put the track, set up the track. Just want to show you how to set up how to connect the track. I'm sorry. All right, we got a basic square around the Christmas tree. Yeah, we still haven't put it away yet, but we're gonna put it away this weekend. Put all the decorations away. But anyways, let's go ahead and turn on the engine. I already got the lights turned on, and they're pretty bright actually. I was surprised. I thought they were gonna be dimmed, but once I turn on the lights, I noticed there are some sections where there needs to be more paint. I'm gonna have to find out how to take this apart without breaking it. So that's gonna be something that will need to be patched up. But anyways, let's go ahead and turn on the engine. And let's go ahead and run this engine around the track. Alright, so that's a little run around the Christmas tree. So let me go and set up the actual layout that it comes with the entire set, and then we'll run it around with that one. One thing I forgot to run around the tree is have it set on autoplay. So the autoplay, it just basically goes around the track without you needing the remote. So let's go ahead and switch to there so you know what I mean. And one thing is, once before I set it up, this is what the switch looks like. And you see this little tab here? That's what helps switch the direction where we want the train to go. And also there's a little access point right here. So if you need to do some maintenance work or do modifications, this is where you have to unscrew. So yeah, I mean, not really that much on the switches for this. And also, this is the little diamond cross that will come with this set. So this is what it looks, how it looks. So yeah, let's get back. I'm gonna head back to setting up the track. Also, the reservoir tank for the water doesn't really take a lot. It's still full. I mean, I have about a quarter full of water. It's still in here. So if you want to have this engine running a long time, you don't need to worry about constantly refilling a lot of it. And I noticed that after that good amount of running time, there was still water up at the max. So yeah, if you're gonna have this engine running around your layout, you really don't need to worry about constantly refilling up smoke. So that's the best part about this that I like about it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get back to setting up the track. Alright, so here we got the full track all set up, and also I got the train, some of the scenery over there set up. Unfortunately for the pantograph, the pole for the pantograph, you really can't have it close to the track or it's gonna knock over with the train. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this down to lower level, and then let's have this thing running around the track. So I'm just gonna have it connected to the line chief remote, and then that's it. And then gonna have a little circle. I don't think the G gauge one might fit through here because it doesn't have a lot of straight track. So let's go ahead and run it, shall we? Alrighty, so now we've shown the regular track. Let's go and show it on the fast track, which is simpler to put on there. Well, not simpler. This is how easily transferable it is. So if you have a existing layout and you have someone comes over and don't want them to break something, this is just one of these train sets is perfect for it. So let's run around the track for a little bit. Alrighty, so that pretty much wraps up the video. I like this engine, even though it's well, not the only thing I'm gonna hate is having it constantly. If you're not gonna run this for long periods of time, I highly suggest you remove the batteries beforehand, and that's pretty much it. So that way you won't cause any battery leakage. I'm gonna see if I can do any touch-ups to this set, mostly for the passenger cars and probably the valve gear on the engine, and probably add some weights on the tender for better weights. I was afraid that this was gonna derail most pieces of the tender, and so far nothing, no derailments, nothing. Another reason why I think it had never derailed is because of the flat. It's just solid hardwood floor, so there's no carpeting, which I think that might be a reason why I've seen videos of this engine uncoupling by its own when it's running. And also, yeah, that's mostly about that part I noticed. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that the valve gear connecting to the rod, the rod for the valve gear isn't, it's just a plastic mold, singular plastic mold, than how they did it with the Hogwarts and the North Pole Central set. But it's a lot better than the Pennsylvania Flyer, if I believe that's the correct name for this set. Overall, this is a nice set to have if you want to run it around regularly, or you want to have it running around your Christmas layout during the holidays. But it's a nice set, and I also love the controller that comes with it, thank God. So that way I won't have to have just running around the having it set to either autoplay or have it connected to my tablet. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm bummed out they didn't really put like the figures, the characters, or the bell. That's the only thing. But yeah, if you want to see more, like, subscribe, like I said, and see you in the next video. Peace.